At Microsoft Surface, we're really thinking of this as a new category of computing. This is not a PC with touch. That touch technology is going to be really important for a lot of other people in the industries, and we welcome that. It's part of the next generation of user interfaces, or what we call natural UI. And so it's NUI. And the Surface is actually a place where we are trying to break the boundaries of technology, really kind of get away from some of the things that are problematic about the PC environment. It can be found intimidating, isolating, and inconvenient. Whereas Surface technology is more about being much more natural, much more intuitive, and much more immersive. And for Microsoft, this is the first time that we are actually looking at a holistic point of view in building both the hardware and the software to bring really engaging, liberating experiences to both businesses and consumers.
This is the first experience you see and draw you to the table. Naturally, you feel like you want to put your hands in. You also put your tag in, kind of like wash it.
Right now we're focusing on the enterprise and the business applications. So these are businesses like AT&T, Harrah's, and the Rio in Las Vegas, and the Sheraton, and our partnership with Starwood Hotels, where we're working on finding ways of expanding their brand, expanding their experiences for playtime, for conversing with other people, and just really engaging. One of the examples is Harrah's and the Rio iBar. So for example, when people go there, they're allowed to play with people, they can converse with people in an application that Harrah's has built for themselves using our SDK and using our platform, where it allows them to talk and play with other people across the room, to play games, and it allows them to really kind of engage and play while they're spending more time in that kind of technology. And so that's a very social environment. It keeps them there longer. It makes Harrah's and Rio feel like they're more on the cutting edge of technology, and that's drawing more and more people in, and they're having a lot of fun with it. Then another place is Starwood Hotels, Sheraton. We're working on other engagements like that, where there's concierge applications where they can learn more about where they are, what places to go, places to visit, as well as do some of the other applications like playing music and playing games.
Sure,
some of our tenants are things like multi-touch, multi-user. So that means several touch points, and that's another thing that's quite different from the PC environment. So that several people can be playing with this at the same time or working on this, learning things. And so we are looking at ways where first you have those kinds of engaging experiences, but we're also very dedicated to things like object recognition, and as well as tagging. So there's a few examples of that. Loading your camera photos on this to be able to play and show people, or having business cards with barcodes where it can recognize you. We're thinking about places for entertainment where you have loyalty cards, where you can have other benefits and tell people more about the industry or tell people more about other properties. And then we work on the objects themselves so that the system actually recognizes a certain kind of object and gives you the appropriate kind of information or behavior based on that object. Surface technology right now is primarily horizontal, but the system, and part of that has to do with the actual heft of the system that we're dealing with. So as the form factors change, but we're working on both vertical and horizontal applications. We're exploring a variety of form factors. We're also exploring the technology, and the technology is changing on an annual basis. So the different kinds of form factors that are going to be available for engineering, for cameras, and for the actual Surface device itself, for the form factor. We'll be exploring a lot of different kinds of form factors, especially as the technology grows, things like cameras and object recognition, so that we can explore different form factors. Right now, this is the most logical kind of form factor, but definitely interacting with other devices in smaller form factors, different kind of form factors, especially when we go into the consumer market, will be at the forefront of what we do.